The gold leaching process has been around for a while now. How does the MACH revolutionize these traditional leaching processes, and what efficiencies does it bring?
The operators of gold plants realized that in order to bring their cyanide consumptions down, because cyanide is the most expensive reagent on a gold plant, so in order to bring those consumptions down, they realized they needed to have a tank ahead of the gold leach circuit, which they called a pre-oxidation tank. And traditionally, this is a tank where you would just adjust pH. And, first off, they used to blow a lot of air in there, huge bubbles that used to just flash off, very inefficient. They then moved to, injecting air into those tanks with lances, slightly smaller bubbles, but still only air, so there's a certain dissolved oxygen level, saturation level with air that you would be limited to. And then over the years, oxygen injection in gold plants became more affordable and economical. And so, the gold leach operators then started injecting oxygen into the lances, which is probably a good place to be. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So having oxygen there means you could now get dissolved oxygen levels a lot higher than you can just with air, because of its purity, of course. They injected it as 98% pure oxygen, whereas air, for example, only has 21% oxygen in there. So you're putting in almost pure oxygen. You'd expect to get higher levels of dissolved oxygen, which you do get, but you're still limited by this large bubble size, maybe 5 millimeter to 20 millimeter even bubble sizes. So what that oxygen wants to do when you put it in as a big bubble, they want to coalesce, form even larger bubbles and just flash out to the atmosphere, because that is where the oxygen is most stable, I would say. It's just in the air above the tank. It doesn't want to be in the pulp.
Yes.
And that's so that, the industry then decided, all right, how can we improve this? And they moved from lances to spargers. They brought more mixing into it, and slowly they evolved towards the static mixers, the shear devices, where now you're really trying to get energy into the system to keep those bubbles small. And then the pinnacle of it all has been the evolution of the MACH reactor, where we actually employ the principle of cavitation. Not only does that introduce extremely fine bubbles, nano size, through the cavitation process, but should there be any larger oxygen bubbles that develop along the way, the extreme energy release of cavitation and the shockwaves that are generated help tremendously to break that bubble size down and keep it very small. So
amazing. So
there's a huge improvements with oxygen utilization efficiency.
For more information on the MACH, gold ore, and how we are challenging and changing the world, please visit www.goldore.org.